Joining me is Huseyin Alptekin. He joins me live from Istanbul. He's an associate professor at the National Defense University and also an international security analyst. Professor, great to have you. Great to see you. So obviously, tensions remain between Turkey and Greece, but at the same time, we are seeing more and more cooperation in multiple fields. So my question is, both sides, they have indicated, as we heard there, that they want to keep dialogue open. In practical terms, what does that mean? What are the red lines that still limit how far cooperation can go?
There are many red lines regarding both sides. There are many deep disagreements on a number of issues between these two countries, from the Cyprus issue to the maritime boundaries to the status of a number of islands and isles in the Aegean Sea. And when you have such a long list of deep disagreements between these two countries, the first thing to do to avoid escalation, to avoid any possible crisis between the two countries, is to keep the dialogue channels open. And this is what they are doing today. So this meeting is very important, not because it will find a final solution on these very deep, very long-lasting questions, but it will keep the dialogue channels open so that we won't see the worst-case scenario. These two countries came close to hot conflict in the past, and sometimes they had experienced a number of conflict situations. So this is very important that they can directly communicate each other than finding solutions with military alliances with some third parties against each other.
Professor, looking ahead, what should we realistically expect from this process between the two countries? Can forums like this eventually translate into lasting stability, or these forums are just meant for crisis management?
This tells us that sometimes perhaps we should satisfy with the gray zone. It doesn't have to be black and white. And what we heard from both leaders, I think it is an agreement on this, just freezing the disagreements now and not trying to hurry up to find a quick solution, because it is not easy to attain. The black and white situation would be an either-or dilemma between a full-scale war and a total agreement on these matters. So neither of them is necessary, neither of them is possible. A conflict would hurt both sides, but also an agreement is not easy. And in that situation, you should sometimes just freeze the existing disagreements and avoid escalating the issues. So what happened very recently was an agreement, a sort of military alliance, indicating military alliance between Greece, southern Cyprus, and Israel. And this would disturb Turkey in many regards. And I think we heard some goodwill, some intention from the Greek leader Mitsotakis that he also prioritizes regional peace and stability. And also his remarks about Israel's aggression and about the rights of Palestinians in Gaza, I think it was also very important from his today's speech.
Fascinating insights, Professor Huseyin Alptekin. Thanks very much for joining us here on TRT World. As always, really appreciate your taking out the time.
My pleasure.